Welcome back, everyone, to episode 9. I can say that with confidence because I'm pretty sure it's episode 9. And I guess I lost my confidence now, but it's episode 9.
It works, man. You're better than me at it. I
Yeah.
failed like 6 times. Or is it 7 times? You would be failed once. Come on.
No, it is episode 9. I am 99.9% sure it's episode 9.
Why the 0.1% discrepancy?
It would be like 0.01, right? But
sorry, yeah. Big
not much. Anyways, I think today we were gonna discuss how we actually got introduced to CS and kind of what made us go through this route. I'm pretty surprised actually that we've gone so far and we haven't actually done this. I feel like it's a very deep and inspiring topic.
I feel like we've talked about it in one of the previous episodes. We were like, we had an episode talking about like what we missed in our CS curriculum, which nobody watched. I mean, nobody watches our videos anyway. But there was less of an audience for that one.
Yeah, I guess it won't hurt to discuss. We can always look at a new angle. It's a pretty deep topic, We're in like 10 minutes. So I'll let you go. You go first. I think you have a lot to unpack.
You have a lot to unpack. Like I'm about to tell you some sort of like a deep story. No, okay. So, in middle school, actually, I'll start way back. So.
See, I told you have a lot to unpack.
Yeah. So in elementary, like I think, this is like really far, like maybe close to like 3rd, 4th grade. Believe it or not, I played Doom. Have you heard of that game?
Yeah, no, I've heard of it. I just don't remember.
It's a very demonic and very graphic game. Even in terms of, like, I played the original Doom 2, which is like really pixely, but it's still pretty intense. But I love that.
Right. I could not imagine you liking a violent game, but
But no, it was like
something new every day.
Yeah, but like that and Quake are like my top. Like Quake, Doom 2, and the original Quake. Quake, Doom 2, and Minecraft. And Terraria. These are top 4 games of all time for me.
Okay.
So I played lots of Doom. So I was when I was young, I don't know how, it's not really common anymore. Like, but you used to get these discs which were loaded with like tons of like games. These pirated games, and like we used to get them, and I got one. I think I remember like the CD brand was like Epoch or Epic or whatever. It's like the pronunciation, the EPOCH. But that's so that CD brand, but that like name is like sort of like stuck with me for so many years because I had so many good games on it. But
okay.
So you can say, and then when I was young, I didn't have like high-speed internet. We didn't have like broadband internet. We had like dial-up. So once we got like actual broadband internet, I was exposed to like Flash games and stuff like that. So my interest in video games was from a young age. I had a very I wouldn't call it distinct age, but I liked a certain type of game. Then comes Minecraft. I forgot I don't remember how I was exposed. How I found out about the game initially, but like I think it's probably through YouTube or whatever. But that was big in like 2010, 2009. You remember?
Yeah. I personally did not. My cousin was really into it. So like I wasn't like that much into it, but then I guess it was like 2010. I remember we went to Tahoe together with this cousin. And he loved the game, and his mom would be like super angry. He's like, "We're in Tahoe and you're on your computer playing this game." But he got me into it a little bit. But I think past that, I didn't play it too much. But yeah.
I spent like what would my daily routine coming from middle school be? Be like come home, do my homework, and then play Minecraft for 4 hours straight, something like that. That's like I think almost every day. I
didn't know you were productive, huh?
Yeah, I was obsessed.
And consistent.
Man, I was obsessed. Like, but I found out like you could make mods for Minecraft, and I'm sure I talked about it in the other video that I mentioned earlier. But like, I was so like dumbfounded. You could make stuff like for people who played like stuff in the Technic pack, the Feed the Beast mod pack, and like it was so cool seeing like people make stuff and like make additions to something I like held very dear to me at that time. I still hold very dear. I still like Minecraft. Um, but that was the thing. That was, I think, the catalyst that sort of like made me interested in like programming. I was like, I wanted to make games. I wanted to make mods, more specifically. So I guess one summer I hunkered down and I was like, I'm gonna learn how to make games. But then I was like, I should learn the basics first. And then I, learned HTML and JavaScript. I started a small blog, and it's history ever since. So I got So I was like, I got exposed to the non-gaming side of programming, and I was just, I enjoyed that too. It felt
How
like
old were you when you started like HTML and CSS and
I think
JavaScript?
14.
It's pretty early. That's solid.
Yeah, I think eighth grade, summer of eighth grade. I think I started, and like,
Yeah. You'll,
there
you'll see
was a
quite a
gap,
contrast with mine.
huh?
You'll see quite a contrast when it comes to my story. We'll keep going.
But during high school, it's my like development whatever craze sort of did die down. But I do remember like one of the I wouldn't call it the most like technically impressive project, but something I really hold dear to my heart was like, so my mom wanted to like just click a button and go like on a desktop like icon and go straight to YouTube. So I was like, I think I can do that because like at that time I learned DOM or DOM. I think it's called BOM in JavaScript, where you can like change the URL of the web page. So I was like, if my mom clicks this like HTML document on her web page, that'll just like open this like HTML document and it'll immediately redirect her to YouTube.
Oh,
Because you can do that in JavaScript. So
that's really thoughtful. Actually, you're using coding for good cause.
I think I wrote about it in my UC application too.
Oh, that's a good thing. Maybe that's the reason you got in. They were like about to like be like, maybe not. But then like, oh wait, this guy did something for his mom.
I think one episode we should be, we can still look at our UC applications.
I tried to recently, actually. I couldn't actually log in anymore.
Really?
Or I could log in, but it was asking me to make a new application. It wasn't letting me like look at my old one.
Well, we gotta look into that, man. I want to see what you wrote.
I mean, I still have mine saved like on my computer, so.
Yeah. But I guess that's enough. So then I was like, when it came to choosing a major, I was like, oh, I liked computer science, and it felt like a financially rewarding major. So I was like, yeah, I'll do computer science. And here I am.
All right. I guess
Stuck with you.
mine was very, very different. I don't even like for you. I guess you knew what you wanted to major in probably very early, right? You kind of figured that out.
Somewhat. I guess like 11th, 10th grade. I don't know.
Yeah, for me, I kind of figured it out late. I wasn't sure. I took my first computer science. Like I didn't know anything about programming until 11th grade. I didn't know how it worked at all. And I started in 11th grade by taking like a basic class in C# and took APCS in high school, right? But I mean, I guess coding isn't the only thing that's in computer science. I always had like an interest towards technology and computers as a whole. Like I think about like whenever like someone in my family like needs help with something on their computer, if my dad was busy, then they would come to me from a pretty young age. So I think I developed like a interest and a desire to sort of learn more about it, but I never actually got into it, like actually learning it until 11th grade. I regret that. I wish I had started earlier. But who knows what would happen if I started earlier. Maybe I would have gotten like discouraged if I thought it was too hard or something like that. But it was really cool. But I think honestly, even if I hadn't done much coding, it was always going to be computer science. It was such a big thing in my family. They're like, oh, you should go into CS. CS is the hottest field right now out there. And considering my dad did computer science as well, I've been hearing about like all these different like networking stuff and like all these terms like from a very young age. You know,
Mhm.
was it TCP/IP, right?
Yeah.
Like the protocol stuff.
Protocol.
Yeah, like I didn't know what that was when I was in like 5th grade, 6th grade, but I've been hearing it, right? So it was kind of ingrained that it's probably gonna be the route that I was gonna go into. So when I decided to actually go towards computer science, I think nobody was as happy as my old man, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I really don't have too much to say.
What did you want to be when you grew up? Like that perennial question that every kid's asked.
Like the realistic one or the unrealistic one?
Like the one that you had a dream. Like I wanted to do journalism. I'm not afraid to say that. But you
journalism. What was the dream? Honestly, I don't know if I really had like a.
You're just dead inside. I can believe that.
Yeah. No, I don't think. I had not given much thought to it. You know, I knew what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to be a doctor.
Good.
For my yeah, good, right? Because I'd be a horrible doctor. For like my mom, like she's not a doctor, but as a kid, her dream was to be a doctor. Ironically, she says as a kid she really wanted to be a doctor because of the coat that they wear, you know, like the doctor's coat.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, I was really wanted to wear one of those. So I don't have one of those stories. But
when you take your chemistry class, give her your coat. I'm pretty sure she'll be very happy.
Yeah, that's a good gift actually. I'll give it to her for her birthday or something.
And have like strong acid over it and everything, and give it to her as a.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna need it after, so she can take it. Like come home and like she's like wearing like a white coat. Like, what are you doing? I was like, no, I'm living my dream. Got a little sidetracked there, but I guess I don't have much more left to really dig deep. I think I got drawn to computer science by being like, nope, I don't want to do this, and like, nope, like this is not the move. I took like.
What was your unrealistic dream? Let's put it that.
Unrealistic dream?
Yeah.
Something like really really out there.
Yeah.
You could guess. As a little kid, what I wanted to be.
Wait, let me guess. Hold up. Professional tree.
No, not
that suits your personality really well.
No. Now, that reminds me of the joke that our professor made about trees and computer science. Kind of depressing.
He was to give context, he was a math professor making jokes about computer scientists. You can see where we're going. So, I think they understand. Well,
we have to tell them the joke though.
You go ahead.
Tell them the joke.
Go ahead.
He was like we were learning about trees, right? Like I guess the data structure you can call it, or I don't know what you call it in math, like a graph. I guess this is a graph, right?
Discrete object.
Theoretical graph. Yeah, whatever it is, a tree. And like they're like, oh, why does a tree grow down, right? Like the theoretical tree, but like a real tree grows up. And he was like, oh, because computer scientists named it like that because they never go outside and they don't see what real trees look like. I was like,
yeah, which is a bad stereotype, but I mean, I don't think we're good. Like, we're not breaking any stereotypes here.
That's funny, actually. I think I used to go out a lot until I decided I want to be a computer science major.
It's a disease.
then I stopped going out. But I think like that's not true. I still go out. I mean, not right now, obviously, because of everything that's going on.
You don't want Gavin Newsom coming and beating you up. Come on.
Yeah, I also don't want to be fined, and it's like a good we should all stay indoors. Stay indoors, everybody. But what were we talking about again? Oh, my unrealistic dream. Yeah, you have to guess. Go really far-fetched, man. Don't even think academic.
Baker.
No, not a baker.
Cake.
I'd be a professional eater, maybe, but not a baker. I don't have the patience for baking.
YouTuber.
No, not a YouTuber. Dude, I have like 3 interests. A mother? That's not even possible.
Rice salesman.
Yep, me and Uncle Ben.
Me and Uncle Ben kicking it out.
Right, Uncle Ben is like that
The rice,
like
the
brown
bread.
rice, I think, right? Or it's
I
just
don't know.
any type of rice.
Yeah.
I think
Come
I
on, just
remember
tell me.
brown
Just
rice.
tell me. I don't know what type of person.
Dude, when I was like 5 years old, 6 years old, I was like, bro, I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna be the best cricketer there's ever been.
Oh, okay, now that makes sense.
Yeah.
You could have done it if you were determined enough, but knowing you.
Yeah, no, I would never have done it. I grew out of that like by the time I was 8. Then I was like, all right, I need to do something serious with my life. I just don't know what it is yet. I knew it wasn't gonna be a doctor though. That was one thing I knew from a very young age. I'm not gonna be a doctor.
I wanted to like explore stuff. That's why I think journalism was like appealing to me.
Yeah, journalism would have been cool actually. Now that I think of it, wouldn't have said it's my dream, but it's cool. They had a journalism class, right? Like a
there's
like,
a class
to
that you can take. Yeah.
fulfill one of our requirements, I think.
But the rate my professor scores low, so now you can see the change.
Yeah, dude. At the beginning, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna use. At the beginning of college, I was like, no, I'm not gonna use rate my professor because like, it's. I was like, oh, like everything's gonna be super biased. But now I like live on it. During like
Yeah, no.
as pastime gets closer and closer, my visits to rate my professor go up, up, up. And then after I get my test score, I also go to rate my professor. I'm like, bro, like, is everyone else like complaining about this?
Yeah. I think this is a good point, like good stage to like end it here. I think you've gone through both our stories.
Yeah, and mine wasn't much of a story. It was more of like, as you can see, we have two very different backgrounds when it comes to our stories and how we got into computer science. So I guess we complement each other in that way.
Yeah, and I'm sure like for those who are listening, if they're interested in CS, like their story like sort of like comes into between of ours. But like moral of the story is, if you find computer science interesting, it's one of the few top like fields where you can actually go online and search up stuff on it and read up on it and actually decide before you major in it or like go to a boot camp or whatever if it's good for you or not.
Yeah, another thing I'd say is like it's never too early to start, and it's also never too late to start.
Yeah.
Because like he's like my colleague here started pretty early. I started really late, and both sitting here. So
yeah, he's better. He's done better than me in class. So you can see that.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true at all. Experience definitely helps, and it helps in like not getting intimidated. But that's another thing I'd say, that when you first start in your first year, if you get intimidated, just stick through. It gets easier.
There is a huge knowledge gap, but yeah.
Yeah, everybody catches up. All right, I think that's a good place to stop.
Okay, thanks for listening in, our non-existent audience.
Yeah, like the 1-2 views we get.
They're probably scammers anyways. Let's be honest with ourselves.
It's okay. We can pretend to make ourselves happy. All right, bye everyone.
Bye.